Have you ever been curious as to why perfectionists are losing out on money? When it comes to marketing perfection, why you're losing money? Well, the thing is, we're going to talk about it. My name is Monica Michelle with Monica Michelle Marketing, and it is Monday Motivation. I had some people asking me, can you please share with us some things that help keep you motivated and keep you moving when it comes to showing up and showing up for your business? I said, sure, I could do that. So every Monday, we are here talking about some things that I think through or that I experience that helps keep me moving and moving forward. Growing up, my grandmother would tell me to do stuff, and and let's say we didn't want to do it, so we go to him and hawing because that's what children do. I don't want to do it. And then one day I remember her saying this to me, that all this time that you taking him and hawing about it, you could have been done it. So now you've been him and hawing for the last 30 minutes, being all upset, twisted in knots, and doing all the things, but and you still have to do it because she's not gonna let you not do it, right? But if you went ahead and just did it off gate, then you would have already been done with it, and you could have moved on with your day, and you would have been upset and twisted in knots and all this other stuff. And a lot of times I discovered over the years that we kind of do this with our business. We say, oh, I have to set up this thing and I have to connect all the parts together and I have to do this research and I gotta, or I just want to make sure it's perfect and I'm doing exactly what's right. And oh, but it's just so draining. And oh, trying to understand this ad is just, oh my goodness. If you just go ahead and do it and be done with it, you can move on and get to the funner things that you enjoy about your business. Not to mention, this one thing that you're holding on to and you needling and trying to figure out and you thinking about it and you maybe this, maybe that, maybe this, maybe that. Somebody else is sitting over here like, I don't care if it's pink or yellow. I just need help. I don't care. Like, or it's a matter of you putting the thing out to test it and see if this is what the market needs. You've done your research, you spent 20 minutes, whatever, trying to figure it out. Just, okay, great. I'm going to execute. I got to execute. At some point, we have to execute. We do not have time for the perfection because we have too many things to do. Everything can't be perfect. It can't be the exact perfect offer at the exact perfect price, the perfect timing. And this is the first time we're doing it. No, it takes trial and error. You have too many decisions to make to wait for this to be perfect because there's so many other things down the road that you need to do and get to. Execute the thing, analyze the results of it, give it your best effort, right? The good college 1-2. Give it your best effort, review the results of it, and then say, okay, great, I'm gonna release it again. Or great, I'm gonna change it and release it again. Or I need to do something different. I got 5 things, offers that I'm gonna try, and I wanna see which one the market is responding to. I need to execute on this ad because somebody needs to see it. If you never ship the goods, if you never put the product out, if you never create it, who is being held hostage while they're waiting for you? So here are 3 things, because I want to go ahead and give you something tactical to apply. And these are all things that I've tried doing over the years. And depending on what I'm working on, one may work better than the other. So the first one is, because done is better than perfect. Okay. The first one is the MPV rule or the MPV approach. So a lot of business schools talk about this approach. It's the minimum viable product. Like, get together the bare bones minimum of a thing and launch it with this core features only. And then get real time feedback. Have people say, oh, I liked it, I didn't like it. If they bought and didn't bought, review that. Keep track and aware of the stuff. Reiterate on the, you're going to iterate based off of the data. Okay, so we ran an experiment. Remember when you were in labs in school, you did an experiment. Okay, what we, from our results and from our research, we're under the impression that this is going to be the best way to do this experiment. Write down all of our stuff. Okay, great. Now let's check out the results. I started doing a sales when I was working my 9-to-5. One of my last jobs doing a 9-to-5, I was doing business to business sales over the phone. I haven't done that in years. And I was doing it for a Fortune 500 company. So they had a way of doing it, and it was already successful and it was already working. But I needed to figure out how to do this for me that I felt comfortable. I sat and I did my research. I connected with other top sellers in our department. I went to the top sellers in the department. There was about 5 of them that I wanted to go and sit down with. I spent the day or half the day sitting with them, watching what they're doing, absorbing, taking notes, asking questions. They all had different things that worked for them, but they were all top. They were the top sellers. Once I went through that process, then I came back to my seat and I said, okay, I mapped out a process. And I said, it this week, the first week, I'm going to do this process. And then every day I would do that process, make my calls, because you had to dial, did my dials. After I did my dials, then I went and I said, okay, how many sales did I make today? How many contracts are pending? How many people? Okay, great. After I figured that out, at the end of the week, how many sales did I have? Okay, great. Well, there was another way that was completely different that I wanted to try. Week 2, I mapped that process out and I executed on that. Great. Week 3, I had a completely different process I wanted to try. Same thing. Then I said, okay, which of these 3 weeks, which one performed the best? Okay, what did I like and what did I not like? Because if I don't like it, I don't want to keep doing it. And even while I was doing it that one week, if I didn't like it, if I felt uncomfortable, I made myself do it anyway, because sometimes you're just uncomfortable because you're not used to it. You're not comfortable or familiar yet. And it takes the repetitiveness of it to get comfortable with it. After I figured out what worked, I meshed it together and I stuck to it for a week because I wanted to feel comfortable with it. I wanted to create a habit. I wanted to give it a good 1-2 try. I wanted to see if people buy on Mondays versus Fridays. I wanted to take in all that data. That's the minimum viable product. Put that together. Another way you can go about doing this is the 80-20 rule. So with the 80-20 rule, then this is actually a marketing rule or kind of like a rule of thumb across the board, but it says generally in this for marketing, focus on the 20% that drives the 80% results. So no, I don't want to do all the things. What's the 20% of the things that I can do that's going to get me the most results? I want to do that. You want to identify high impact activities and you want to eliminate the perfectionist bottlenecks. So if I have a team of people that's creating stuff for me and I have to approve and look at and scrutinize every little thing, then what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I've created a bottleneck because it has to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. It has to get done. I created a marketing boot camp. We have a portal and all the things. Now, I have a roadmap for it. I have guidelines on what we're doing. I have the TAC process that we're using. That TAC framework, rather, all that stuff is already pulled together and it's ready. Do I have the details of each of the classes? Have I created the slides for all the sessions? No, I have not, but I have people in there. We had a launch date, we released, and so be it. The people are getting the information. If I waited until it was all perfect, they would never get the information. Because I don't have a deadline on it that I need to execute, then I'll keep doing it little by little, space by space. If somebody gives you an hour to clean the room and get it done with, and you're going to take the full hour. If they give you 15 minutes, somehow you'll figure out a way to get that thing done in 15 minutes. At least the parts that absolutely need to be done. If they say, oh, you got 5 weeks to do it, then how long is it going to take you? 5 weeks. Girl, bye. Done is better than perfect. We do not have time. There's too many things of priority on your plate in order to try to make everything perfect. Number 3, the third thing you can try doing is rapid testing framework. So do a quick A/B testing, fast implementation cycles, data-driven improvements. What does that mean? It's kind of a little bit of what we talked about before. I'm literally saying, okay, great. This is what I'm going to execute. I'm going to put together an ebook. It's going out tomorrow. No, I'm finna be done with this. We finna be selling it. We finna move forward. It's gonna be up for 3 days. I'm gonna tell people it's only good for 3 days, and then we're gonna see who's gonna buy and do whatever. And I'm gonna create stuff and have conversations to get people to buy. If they don't buy, no problem. If they do buy, no problem. In another 3 days, I have another product that I'm putting out. Why? Because we're doing an A/B testing. They look completely different. Which one's gonna work? We're not gonna space this out and test it for 3 months. No. Figure it out, do it, Sit down and turn all the things out, turn everything off, and dive into it so you can get the thing done, so you can make the decision and move forward in what it is. So hopefully this has been helpful for you. These are things that I absolutely love trying to do and implementing in my business and also in my clients' business whenever we're working together. If you're interested in the marketing boot camp, it's at thesolutionistm.com/MB. I'll put the link down below so you'll be able to see that. But execute on the thing, get it done. There's people that need what you have to offer. And the longer you take looking at it, thinking about it, researching it to the ends of the earth, or just keep tweaking it and moving it around, and I want the colors to be perfect, the longer those people are like, they're not getting what they need from you. You have genius that's bottled up inside of you, and people need what you have to offer. I'll see you in the next video.